Hi, it's Betty, and tonight I'm going to finish up my little 1989 adventure to Vancouver, British Columbia, Victoria, British Columbia, and this one is going to be in Seattle, Washington. We are returning from a pre convention trip, and our convention is actually in Seattle at the Westin Hotel. So, my sister and my mother are traveling with me. We have just come down Puget Sound and on the Victoria Clipper, which is a huge catamaran that really moves fast. And that was a spectacular and beautiful trip. And I looked online today, and it is actually about a 2 hour and 45 minute trip. I couldn't remember how long it was because, like I said, it's 1989 and I'm 80 now. but 2 hours and 45 minutes on the water from Victoria, British Columbia into the harbor at Seattle. Spectacular, beautiful scenery the whole way. This was the first week in September, so it was cold out on the back of that boat. And my sister and I would get out there every chance we could and stay as long as we could before we'd have to run back inside the lounge. My mother did get out there a couple of times for us to get her picture, and I have the cutest picture where she has her coat on with a little hoodie all tied up. But it was fun, and we loved it, and it was quite a different experience for us little girls from Georgia. So we arrive in Seattle. I don't remember everything about Seattle either, and back I didn't have video cameras and cell phones and all that back then. So I just had a regular old camera, so I have lots and lots of pictures, but no videos. And if you're like most people that love to take pictures and you're my age, you may have boxes of thousands of pictures, and that's what I've got. So even it's hard to dig them all out and look through them sometimes. And sometimes I just take a day and try to sort through and throw things away and reorganize, but it never gets finished. So getting back to Seattle, we arrived there. And like I say, we're staying at the Westin Hotel. My mother and my sister are going to be there a night or two with me before the convention starts, and then they're going to fly back home. So I remember we went as a group to the Space Needle for dinner. Oh my goodness, that was fun. And probably the first time I had been in, no, I'm going to take this back because I had lied about my first video in Vancouver being the first time I was in Canada, but I was in Montreal in 1988 and Toronto. So at Toronto, we'd gone to the Niagara Falls and we did a Space Needle thing there for lunch. So this is Seattle. So this is my second time in one of those what they call Space Needle in Seattle, and we had dinner there. Now, my mother was 79, so we wanted her to have the window seat, and my sister and I sat on the inner side and, let her have the special seat. We knew it was revolving, but she didn't. So she had sat there for a while, and the scenery had been changing. And if we happened to get up and go over there and say something to her, did she like seeing all? And she didn't even realize that it had been changing the scenery outside. So once she did, she started paying attention and enjoyed it. But that was a fun time, and something I'll never forget. It was the waterfront was beautiful, and sitting up there eating dinner, looking out over the Pacific Ocean or the Gulf or the Puget Sound or whatever it is there. It was nice anyway. So another thing I can remember is going to Pike's Market there on the waterfront, and oh my goodness. that was an experience. I've never seen so many fish, and of course, I'm vegetarian and was then too, so it was a little hard for me to walk through some of those areas, and they were just throwing those fish back and forth to each other, and everybody was having a great time. And there were other things there too, vegetables and flowers and all kinds of things, but it was an experience, and I enjoyed it, and I'm glad we went. Now, I remember walking back to our hotel, and it's sort of like San Francisco. It's uphill, so you have to walk gradually uphill to get back from the waterfront up to where our hotel was. Now, remember there was I guess they call it a L, like they have in Chicago, a train that's on tracks above. We didn't ride it, but that was fun to see. And another thing I remember doing while we were at Seattle before the convention started, the bus tour, took us to I don't know if it was a salmon farm but I remember seeing salmon jumping, going upstream, and uh, that was interesting. It was something different, and I don't remember a whole lot about it. I just remember seeing the salmon moving upstream. Now, other than that, um, the Westin Hotel was pretty. I think it was after my mother and my sister left that the Women in Construction group took a boat over to another island for a salmon bake, and they baked the salmon in the ground, and it was interesting. Of course, I had to eat around whatever else they had because I didn't eat salmon or fish either. So that's what I remember about Seattle. It was a beautiful place, and a place I'd like to go back to and explore just a little bit more. So if you're in that area, what have you enjoyed the most there? Because, like I said, 1989, and not knowing what to do beforehand, but so glad that we did the pre-convention tour to Vancouver, Victoria, and the things we got to do with it as a group there in Seattle. Because if I'd been on my own there, I wouldn't have done any of that. So, whatever your experiences are in life, enjoy them. And if you're with your family and your friends, cherish those moments, because now both my mother and my sister are gone. And a lot of the people I travel with on other trips are gone. And all I have is my younger sister, and we're still experiencing some little travel adventures. And I'll be talking more about those in later videos. But this one is Seattle. This ends the 1989 Women in Construction adventure to the West Coast. And I hope you enjoyed it. Tell your friends, share my little video, comment and let me know what you like. If you've been to Seattle, if you've been to Vancouver, Victoria, those two videos are short. Well, the first one's longer, but the second one's short on Victoria. And tell me what you would have done in those cities. And if you plan to go, I hope you do the research and try to do as much as you can, because thank goodness we had a lady in our Women in Construction group that had worked for a travel agency too, and she had put all this together for us, and it was spectacular, and I am so thankful that she did all the work, and all we had to do was get on the plane and fly out there, and I enjoyed every mode of transportation we were on. That's part of your travel fund. The ferries and the catamarans and the bus trips and the steam locomotive in Vancouver and all the little things that we did that involve moving from place to place. So enjoy this video, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Make it beautiful, make it fun, love your family and friends, and take care of yourself, because it's us and we've got to do it ourselves. And if we have people that help us, be thankful for those people. And like I said, just enjoy your life. And if you enjoyed this little video, let me know. I'm going to reach over here and turn this off because we're a little over 10 minutes and I'm through.